let's talk about an engine that can run for, say, 80 years without a single oil change. An engine that fits in your hand but beats over 100,000 times a day. We're going to dive into the human heart, and we'll kick things off with a question you probably think you know the answer to. So, right off the bat, a quick pop quiz. If I asked you to point to your heart, where would you point? Go on, try it. Chances are your finger landed smack dab in the middle of your chest, right? Well, that's not exactly the whole story. Yeah, it's a super common misconception. Your heart is in your chest cavity, in an area we call the thorax, but it's not perfectly centered. It's actually nestled just a little bit to the left, tucked away safely behind your rib cage, right between your lungs. And what about its size? Well, it's surprisingly compact. Just go ahead and make a fist. That's pretty much it. That's about the size of your own personal biological engine. Pretty wild, huh? Okay, so we've nailed down the location and the size. Now let's take a look under the hood. The best way to picture the heart is like a four-room powerhouse, a muscular machine that keeps the whole show running. When you get right down to it, the heart is basically all muscle, and it has one single, absolutely critical job: to pump. It just contracts and relaxes over and over and over again, relentlessly pushing blood to literally every part of your body. We're talking from your brain all the way down to your little toe. So this powerhouse is divided into 4 rooms, or chambers, and each one has a very specific task. The easiest way to think of it is like 2 teams working together. You've got the right side, that's the right atrium and right ventricle, and they handle all the used, oxygen-poor blood. Then you have the left side, the left atrium and ventricle, and they get to work with all the fresh, oxygen-rich blood. So what keeps these 2 teams and their different types of blood from mixing? Well, that's the job of this thick, muscular wall called the septum. It acts as a perfect divider, making sure the oxygen-rich and oxygen-poor blood stay completely separate. And that separation, it's the secret to the heart's incredible efficiency. We'll get back to that in a bit. All right, we've got our 4 chambers and the wall that divides them. So now, let's actually follow a single drop of blood as it takes its non-stop whirlwind tour through the heart. Our journey starts with that oxygen-poor blood. After it's dropped off all its oxygen to your body's cells, it needs to head back to base to refuel. It flows into that first chamber, the right atrium, through 2 huge veins called the vena cava, which collect all that returning blood from both the top and bottom of your body. Now, once the right atrium fills up, it gives a little squeeze. This pushes the blood through what is essentially a one-way door, the tricuspid valve, and sends it down into the chamber below it, the right ventricle. Okay, now it's the right ventricle's turn to shine. This chamber is a bit more muscular, so it gives a really powerful contraction, shooting all that oxygen-poor blood out through the pulmonary artery. And where's it headed? Straight to the lungs for a pit stop to pick up a fresh tank of oxygen. And here it comes, that revitalized bright red blood, now fully loaded up with oxygen from the lungs, makes its way back to the heart. This time, it enters the 3rd chamber, the left atrium. And just like what happened on the right side, once the left atrium is full, it contracts. This pushes the oxygenated blood through another one-way door, the mitral valve, and down into the final and most powerful chamber of them all, the left ventricle. And here it is, the grand finale. The left ventricle has the thickest, strongest muscular walls for a reason. It gives one massive, powerful squeeze. This is the high-pressure push that sends all that oxygen-rich blood rocketing into the aorta, which is the body's mini highway, to be delivered to every single part of you that needs it. And just like that, the cycle is complete. So, with all that squeezing and pumping, what stops the blood from just sloshing backward? That's where the heart's 4 valves come in. They are the incredible, unsung heroes of the system, perfect little one-way gates that slam shut at just the right moment to make sure the blood always flows forward. It's all about efficiency. You know, this whole process brings us to a really brilliant piece of biological engineering called double circulation. If you were paying attention, you might have noticed that the blood actually went through the heart twice in that one journey. So why is that? Let's break down why this design is just so smart. So what is double circulation? It's exactly what it sounds like. For every 1 full lap the blood makes around your body, it passes through the heart 2 separate times. It's a 2-stage process, first on its way to the lungs, and then again on its way out to the body. This whole system is made up of 2 distinct loops, or circuits. First, you have the pulmonary circuit. That's the short trip where the right side of the heart sends blood to the lungs to get oxygenated, and then it comes right back to the heart's left side. Then you've got the big one, the systemic circuit. That's where the powerful left side of the heart pumps that fresh oxygenated blood to the rest of your body before it eventually comes all the way back to the right side to start over. Now, to really appreciate how great this design is, let's compare it to a single circulation system, like the kind a fish has. In that system, the blood only passes through the heart once per lap. But in our system, because the blood comes back to the heart after visiting the wells, the heart gets to give it a second, really powerful high-pressure push. That complete separation of blood and that second push, well, that's the key to the whole system's amazing efficiency. And why do we even care about all that efficiency? Well, it's a total game changer. It allows for higher metabolic rates, which is what supports our energetic and active lifestyles. It's what helps us maintain a constant body temperature, no matter if it's freezing cold or super hot outside. It is, without a doubt, a massive evolutionary advantage. So after learning about this incredible engine inside of us, the next logical question is, how do we take care of it? Let's wrap up by going over a few simple but really effective habits for keeping your heart healthy. Honestly, it all comes down to 3 pretty simple things. First, give your engine the right kind of fuel. That means more fiber, less salt, and definitely avoiding those sugary drinks. Second, you gotta keep it moving. Our hearts are built for activity, not for sitting around all day. And third, just pay attention. Keep an eye on things like your sleep patterns and your weight. It's not rocket science, but these simple habits can make a world of difference. And just to really put your heart's nonstop work into perspective, I want you to think about this number: 100,000. That's roughly how many times your heart beats every single day. No days off, no holidays, no breaks. It is an absolutely staggering amount of work. So the